Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So Coinbase is slowing hiring to help weather the market downturn, at least according to them. This is brought to us by Kenwood Capital here on Twitter. And so we've got the bankruptcy rumors and now slowing down hiring. I mean, when you look at the Coinbase chart, it hasn't been faring well. And, Coinbase is going to be one of those investments, one of those traditional stocks that generally is going to move with the crypto market, but also move with the NASDAQ since it is listed on the NASDAQ. So it's not a great looking chart by any stretch. And, you can see it did reach a high of about $367 per share, right when we saw Bitcoin hit its high at $69,000. But now look at it, a dump to the downside, trying to find support down in here. But this just is not looking good. Since its launch, it has lost roughly 85.6% of its value. And you'd think, right, a company that has all this money that is launching an IPO, now they're saying they're laying off workers. So cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase has reined in a plan to triple its headcount this year in response to a turbulent market. Emily Choi, Coinbase's president and chief operating officer, said in a blog post on Tuesday that the firm would be slowing hiring to reprioritize our hiring needs against our high priority business goals. The note has been circulated among staff earlier. Heading into this year, we plan to triple the size of the company. Whoops. Let's get rid of that. Given current market conditions, we feel it's prudent to slow hiring and reassess our headcount needs against our highest priority business goals, she said. Headcount growth is a key input for our financial model, and this is an important action to ensure we manage our business to the scenarios we plan for, specifically the potential adjusted EBITDA we are aiming to manage to. So that is the calculation of what they project Coinbase will be valued at. So they have had to kind of switch gears. But, knowing what we know, one would assume that they would have planned for this already, considering, the crypto market, especially those high up, know or should know what is coming down the pipe. We've had some interesting predictions from David Schwartz. If you guys remember going back to April of 2021, basically at the height of the market at this point in time here, when he said, it's going to be my most unpopular tweet, but you should probably take profits. At that point, sure enough, the market did come back down. We did see a rebound from then, and now we are reaccumulating down in this area here. So, I'm hard-pressed to believe that those guys over at Coinbase, namely Brian Armstrong, don't know the ebbs and flows of the market, and, maybe it was just a convenient time for him to release that statement. I don't know. So anyway, we got Bitcoin here trading at about $30,400 per coin. We can see it is holding up quite nicely here, and over the last few days, it has been holding up support right in around here. I'm finding buyers and sellers are finding a $30,000 Bitcoin to be, kind of where they're feeling comfortable buying and selling. Just bring up XRP here real quickly. XRP trading right now at about 43 cents. So, we did see the downturn, and now we're seeing kind of that V recovery out of there, but there's still a lot of ways to go before we can say that's it. Now it's time for the march to the upside. I'm gonna keep moving, guys, because some interesting partnership news here, and this specifically had to do with a Ripple advertisement that Wrath of Kahneman saw. Interesting ad campaign. I saw a Ripple ad in the wild on Protocol's website, and then he posts the link here. Clicking through led to this page, which is not the front door of the main site. So that's interesting. Building the future of global finance. This is a message from Ripple, and it doesn't necessarily bring the person who's clicking on the link to their main site, but just giving them some information. We're doing for value what the internet did for information, enabling its instant and seamless flow around the world. Using the power of blockchain and cryptocurrency, we help financial institutions and business unlock economic opportunity, gain business advantage, and drive information. He goes on to say, there are two cool aspects to this page, in my opinion. First, been asked if Ripple is moving out of the US. No, they just leased a new building in San Francisco. And from their website, we know that they do operate in several different countries, 9 offices in key technology and financial centers around the world. Second, there is a single fact sheet page linking all the various policy papers in an obvious hub. So that is also nice. This again from Ripple's website, and you guys can read all their policies, of course, lining up very, very closely with World Economic Forum policies. As we know, these guys are a partner. So, when we hear about crypto regulation, financial inclusion, climate change, those are all talking points, especially when we see, that they want to be carbon net zero by 2030. We know all about the 2030 agenda. I recently recently did a video on that. I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner. Also saw an ad for Ripple and clicked it. First advertisement I'd seen led to some more website overhaul. So interesting that Ripple is advertising in this regard, not necessarily trying to target potential clients, but I think getting people aware, getting the masses aware that, hey, look, we're a company, we exist, and this is what we're going to be doing. You're going to be seeing more of us in the future. So, here's maybe kind of a soft introduction. Let us introduce ourselves, all right? Thanks to Wrath of Kahneman for pointing that out. We also have this guy's B for Bank chooses Temenos on Google Cloud. Now, Temenos has been a Ripple-enabled company for several years now, and now they are announcing that B for Bank, the fully digital bank of the Crédit Agricole Group, has selected Temenos Open Platform for composable banking to support future expansion. Also note, the Crédit Agricole Group is also a Ripple partner here, so two Ripple-enabled companies teaming up together. We're seeing more and more of this. Why am I not surprised? The bank is moving from an on-premise implementation to using Temenos core banking solutions on Google Cloud to tap new growth opportunities and drive efficiencies at scale. A pioneer in digital banking, B4 Bank launched in 2009, offering a new approach to savings, life insurance, mutual funds, and e-brokerage to the French mass affluent market. The online bank has since expanded to provide a full suite of retail banking services with accounts, payments, and lending products, including mortgages, providing a simple and highly personalized experience, empowering customers to become their own private banker, has enabled B4 Bank to differentiate in an increasingly competitive market. So they, from the beginning, have said, we want to empower customers to become their own private banker, something that technology is very successful at helping to implement, of course. And by integrating Temenos, I could definitely see the benefit there. Max Chouard, CEO at Temenos, he said this: "We have built a trusted partnership with B4 Bank and its parent company Crédit Agricole over many years. As B4 Bank looks to the future, we are delighted to build on this relationship and support its growth ambitions. To lead into a new banking world requires an open, cloud-native approach enabled by AI, open APIs, and modern DevOps practices, and this is what Temenos delivers. Being selected as B4 Bank's cloud banking platform shows the bank's confidence in Temenos to drive innovation and create new opportunities." So the technology obviously central to making this kind of thing happen, and again, two Ripple partners partnering together to expand their market, tokenizing on the XRPL, likely, considering this company offers savings, life insurance, mutual funds, e-brokerage. Sounds like they're doing a lot of things. Also, payments and lending products, including mortgages. So tokenization on the blockchain sounds like that is the direction it's going. Wanted to keep moving, guys. I don't know if you guys got this email from John Deaton. If you do not live in the United States and you did sign up for the class action lawsuit via John Deaton's website, and you received this, I know some were asking on Twitter, is this fake? Is this real? Well, it is 100% real. XRP, this is the way here on Twitter. "Hi, John Deaton, just received this email. Is it legitimate? Want to help the XRP army?" And John Deaton just reiterating, yes, it is. So if you guys do get this email, it is safe to click on these links and, sign the petition. Every little bit helps. I believe John Deaton is also taking donations there too. So if you want to help financially, that is also definitely well appreciated from the XRP community. I'm going to keep moving, guys. Another one from the Wrath of Kahneman here. Plugging into the XRPL. This has to do with Intellibridge. They have just announced their Cash 2.0, a DeFi P2P banking suite offering financial services on multiple networks, including Ethereum, Polygon, and Ripple Consensus Ledger. So Intellibridge Technological Corporation, they have announced their plans to launch Cash 2.0. And this is happening, guys, next month, June 2022. Going to be integrated on those blockchains that I just mentioned. The company also plans to develop a comprehensive DeFi asset management and exchange platform for institutional investors under the brand KTX, or Cash Treasury Exchange. Cash has built a hybrid financial platform integrating traditional finance, or TradeFi, and blockchain finance, BlockFi infrastructure to create a secure and simple gateway for users to access and use financial services like checking, investment, yield, and credit solutions on Web3 decentralized financial markets. And just a bit of a quote here, Cash was originally developed on the Ethereum blockchain and supports Ethereum assets, and our roadmap plans to expand our product offering on Ethereum and Polygon has accelerated due to the recent market collapse on the Terra blockchain. This coming from John Eagleton. So it sounds like, these companies, the heads of these companies are trying to pivot a little bit considering the collapse of Terra and I think people's perception now of cryptocurrency, that there are still shady projects out there in the ecosystem and that we should be very aware do our own research, obviously want to step away, don't want to be associated necessarily with the Terras of the world, but they have invested their time and efforts into creating legitimate projects on the blockchain. And so, it's this double-edged sword, right? We're still going through growing pains. And, the CEOs, in this case, John Eagleton of Intellibridge, he's saying this is what we're doing because of that. Our primary goal is to provide existing customers with support during this difficult transition period from the Terra blockchain to Ethereum. And we believe that going forward, offering customers a more diversified product and cross-chain interoperability lowers risk and gives them access to a diversified market of Web3 financial services on multiple networks, including Ethereum, Polygon, and the Ripple Consensus Ledger, the XRPL. So it's going to be integrated into these three blockchains specifically. Ripple's Consensus Ledger, the XRP Ledger, one of those, and Intellibridge, from what I remember, is also a Ripple company separately. What is this, though, Wrath of Kahneman asks? They claim in the PR, the cash product features TradeFi USD bank accounts and fiat crypto exchanges through Prime Trust and DeFi investment solutions and yield products, with plans to offer debit cards, virtual cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay in Europe and the Americas. And some notes here that he just points out, some bullet points. Rollout in June, works with MasterCard. A forthcoming product, Cash Treasury, is for institutions. Built on Ethereum post-Luna. Cash interoperability has been accelerated for financial stability, and the XRPL is part of this, as well as other stablecoins. So it is interesting, going to be integrated with these particular blockchains. Interested to note what is going to happen with XRP liquidity there. But anyway, I wanted to thank Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. Also, this guy's from Yoshitaka Katao. Another interesting update here in Japanese. So I'm just going to see if I can translate that. SBI announces capital tie-up with Daiko Bank in Niigata. SBI Holdings officially announced just last week that it will form a capital and business alliance with Daiko Bank in Niigata Prefecture. We provide SBI's technological capabilities and financial services, which have strengthened in IT information technology. SBI is promoting the Regional Bank Union Initiative in partnership with regional banks nationwide. A total of 9 regional banks will invest. SBI and Daiko Bank will soon invest hundreds of millions of yen in each other. SBI will acquire up to 3% of the issued shares of Daiko Bank, and Daiko Bank will also invest up to 300 million yen in SBI. Now, this, for whatever reason, is a paid website, so I do not have access to the rest of that. Nevertheless, I did find this PDF online, May 12th, 2022, guys. So the purpose of the alliance, the SBI Group has identified contributing in regional revitalization through the invigoration of regional communities based on collaborative creation with regional financial institutions as one of its social responsibilities. So this is kind of the broader picture here, and it's forming alliances with regional financial institutions with the goal of contributing to regional revitalization through the invigoration of regional economies, including supporting initiatives to help local customers build assets and local enterprises improve their productivity, expand their sales channels, and increase their earnings. Based on this business policy, the company decided to conclude the agreement regarding strategic capital and business alliance for the purpose of further strengthening the relationship between SBI Group and Daiko Bank, encouraging Daiko Bank's open innovation through the provision of the group's products, services, and technologies, and contributing to regional revitalization and realization of a sustainable society by helping local enterprises improve their productivity and helping local customers build assets. And so some of their initiatives, as outlined by these bullet points here, I'll just read you guys a few. Support of digital transformation, DX, that will help local enterprises develop and innovate their businesses through the provision of cutting-edge technologies and expertise held by SBI Group and its investee companies. Support for local enterprises, SDG initiatives, including decarbonization initiatives. So, the theme of climate change continues here for the realization of a sustainable society. Consideration of the creation of a joint fund to support local enterprises through the provision of capital finance, capital loans, etc., with a view to strengthen the financial intermediary capabilities of Daiko Bank and the SBI Group. So, they're working on a lot here. SBI Holdings, as we know, is a strategic partner of Ripple's, and it sounds as though they are bringing in a lot of other curious businesses using that technology. Doesn't say anything about Ripple or XRP here specifically, but we know, Japan has been deeply integrated with RippleNet technology for a while now, has been already, is already kind of a decade ahead, or at least a half a decade ahead when it comes to real world utility for cryptocurrencies. And so maybe just for context here, I guess I should show you guys this article from back in December of 2020, about a week 1 week before the lawsuit was announced, top RippleNet member SBI Remit and Daco Bank to improve international payments in Japan. So even a couple of years ago, they were already working on this. Now we have seen more integration, announcing their capital tie-up with Daco in the Niigata region. So interesting news there from Yoshitaka Kitao. We also have this guy's from the Wrath of Kahneman. CoinHako is a leading exchange in Singapore that counts XRP among its offerings. And now the Monetary Authority of Singapore have offered them an institution license. So CoinHako, Singapore's leading cryptocurrency platform and one of the longest standing crypto platforms in the Asia Pacific region, have been granted a major payment institution license. The license allows CoinHako to formally operate as a regulated provider for digital assets, for digital payment tokens or DPTs, services under the Payment Services Act, strengthening its position as Singapore's leading provider of crypto-based solutions. So just down here, a quote from the Coin founder and CEO of CoinHako: Singapore's stringent regulatory environment has been key in building the country's strong and credible risk management reputation amongst investors, entrepreneurs, and investors. As interest in digital assets grow, it's critical that institutional and corporate investors have confidence in Singapore's financial stability and assurance that policies and frameworks are in place to protect their assets. So these guys very supportive of this notion that the cryptocurrency regulatory clarity is stringent, but that's going to be good for investors. And I hope that translates over to North America, to the United States, because we need this. We essentially need this in the United States, and that's going to open up so much for big money in the United States, in the Western world, investing in cryptocurrencies in a meaningful capacity. I know, when we talk about the regulatory clarity and institutional money, and, you hear of these big guys saying, oh, well, they're already invested in Bitcoin in some way, shape, or form. What I'm talking about, though, is really going to open up the floodgates. I mean, those are just a few risk takers that, I'm going to buy some Bitcoin and we're going to see where it goes. But with the clarity, right, will come a bigger market. And so just to put things into perspective, I don't know if you guys have seen this. I've showed this on my channel numerous times while making videos over the last almost 4 years now. All the world's money in markets in one visualization. And okay, so this is from 2020, so it's a little outdated. Nevertheless, I think you can just see through this visualization how big the crypto market was. Now, I mean, it is a little bigger since 2020. Nevertheless, cryptocurrency and before regulation compared to, let's say, the stock market, okay? Each one of these little blocks represents, what's the scale here? Each square this size is worth $100 billion. So you can see cryptocurrency versus stock markets, a lot more confidence in stock markets considering it is regulated, and I think we are going to see that explode once we get that regulatory clarity here. Nevertheless, this is CoinHako in Singapore, and they've just received their license. Also, as Wrath of Kahneman notes here, counts XRP among its offerings. So interesting news there. Wanted to thank Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. And guys, shifting gears a little bit here, noticed by Nerd Nation Unboxed here with regards to the SEC lawsuit. Why is Dalia Blass receiving a draft of the Hinman speech while her husband David Blass was partner at Simpson Thacher? Sounds like a conflict of interest, doesn't it? I don't know if you guys remember, just a few days ago now, about 11 days ago actually, I did a video on Dalia Blass, and I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner if you guys did not catch it. This is what the thumbnail looks like. When we were going through those redacted emails, I was questioning, what can we glean from them? Well, it looks like Dalia Blass is in the Twitter spotlight yet again. Investment Management Dalia Osman Blass, director at James McGinnis. So the SEC did hire Blass as one of the top regulators of mutual funds and ETFs. So she has a history there. She also has a history at BlackRock. What I did not know was her husband, David W. Blass, is a partner at Simpson Thacher. Things that make you go, And he was over the time of the Hinman speech, that time in question around 2018. I wonder if David reviewed the speech as well, while being partner at a firm that not only was still paying William Hinman, but represented the EEA. So, another interesting piece of the puzzle here being put together. Also, from Nerd Nation Box here, the same day the SEC announces the lawsuit against Ripple, they announced Dalia Blass is leaving the SEC. So is that another coincidence? Could it be something that had to do with this conflict of interest, considering her husband, a lawyer at Simpson Thacher as well? Similar also to what happened with Jay Clayton. He announced the lawsuit, and then the next day he steps down. So the SEC charges Ripple and two executives with conducting $1.3 billion of sales of unregistered securities, again, December 22nd, 2020. And Dalia Blass to conclude tenure as director of the Division of Investment Management, again, posted here from the SEC's very own website on December 22nd, 2020. So a couple of interesting points here brought to us by Nerd Nation Unbox. Sounds like someone has some explaining to do. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.